Yeah, yeah. Um, I love how this is going because lots of questions. Scott,
Oh, great.
he's asked, do you try to relate to a person or business's sentiment when trying to sell? For example, when they receive a letter, we understand some people will get pissed off. Would you
Hmm.
try and relate to this frustration in your letter? I guess, for a certain
Why not? Well,
oh,
one of the skills in
maybe,
selling is about empathy.
yeah,
It's about empathy. Again, why not? In the spirit of you're wanting to help them. You're wanting to, for some people, they may need to sell for whatever circumstance. But yes, if you can use empathy in selling, it's a
yeah,
key tool. And again, that comes back to listening and asking plenty of questions, and then
mm,
looking to empathize with the person that you're looking to buy from, because you're trying to build rapport.
yeah,
And one of the great ways to build rapport is to empathize. Is they talk about mirroring and a whole range of other different techniques, different NLP techniques and other techniques. But yeah, absolutely, empathy is a critical skill in selling.
yeah.
And
And
remembering too that, oh, sorry, you go, Cheryl.
no, I was going to say it humanizes you as well because a lot of people, if you're
Of
talking
course.
about vendors who might, like I said, have a certain idea of what developers are,
Mm.
humanizes who you are as a person and less intimidating.
Of course, of course. That's it. So what I was going to say is it's also, it's not just selling as in getting letters. It's selling as in you're selling to try and secure finance. You might, so again, at the purchasing phase, right, or even the pre-purchasing phase, how else are you selling? So I'm trying to secure finance. So whether that be finance directly through someone like Cheryl and her business, or a bank or whatever, you might be trying to sell the concept to a JV partner.
Yeah,
So again, there's plenty of different scenarios where you're selling. It's not just in the actual negotiating with the homeowner. Okay, so
mm,
think about all those. How are you positioning yourself?
yeah,
Are you coming across in a way that is attractive to the person to invest with you?
yes,
Are you not? Reverse engineer. If you were being approached by someone who was wanting some money or wanting to JV partner with you, what would you want? So
mm,
always try and reverse engineer. And again, that's a little bit of that empathy, trying to understand the person who you're dealing with. What is it they want? Don't rock up with a little scratched out bit of paper that talks about your development plan. Actually take the time to go through an information memorandum and put in various scenarios, etc., feasibilities, all the bits and pieces that you need. Take the time to do that so you come across professional. Also, in that regard, what I encourage a lot of my students to do is look at getting either websites or Facebook pages.
yeah,
Start to grab the video and start to create, stories. Start to, here I am on site. So you might have some testimonials, for example, that you can put on your
yeah,
website. Here I am on site. You can see behind me. Here's the Tonka trucks. They're digging up pipes and whatever it is. So people start to get the idea of, you know what? I feel that I know this person. I feel that this person's trustworthy. I feel that I want to, hand over
mm,
$100,000 to this person, or I might want to, if you're in reverse, I want to JV with this particular person because you've built up enough of testimonials. It's your reputation, right? So personal
yes,
brand is just the 2019 version of reputation.
mm,
Right? We just call it a bit of a funkier name nowadays, but it's all about that. And so if I think about, for me, what I do, the fact that I do these lives with you, I do lives with other people, I'm constantly doing videos and lives on my own. It's all
mm,
about, this is who I am, and you either like
yes,
me or you don't, but this is who I am. And so you need to do those sorts of things as well. Think about that, because that is a form of marketing, marketing slash selling of your business.
yeah, and that whole idea of a personal brand in today's
Mm,
market
mm,
and for marketing
mm.
is what it's about, right? It's not only about a company brand. Is well, at the end of the day, people are buying into you as a person, whether
100%,
whether
100%. Yeah.
whether it's I said anyone that's on excuse me, on social media, it's selling themselves.
Well,
And
what
the
I'm
value
noticing, also, yeah,
you get
absolutely, and what I'm noticing, correct, and what I'm noticing more on social media is that the rawer and the grittier posts are. So I do a lot of manufactured posts. So I've got a team of 2 people who help me with that. But what we find is that the rawer the post, then the more responsiveness, because it's real, it's authentic, as opposed to something that's had some graphics over there and blah blah, other bits and pieces. And we'll still keep doing some of those. That's why lives, gets a whole lot, broader reach than just posted videos, because they're live. They're live. There's no manufacturing. There's no second takes here. This is it, right? And so
it's
so
Cheryl's break.
that's all around.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's all around being authentic. But again, it's in the spirit of, if you're looking, and again, let's go back to the audience being property developers. And if you are someone who perhaps is looking for some finance, then you may want to consider, how do you position your personal brand? And do you think about social media as a platform to do that? So I've got another one of my clients who does, rent for rent. And what she's done is she's got a couple of Facebook pages and also websites, so that when she's dealing with agents, they can see the previous examples of what she's done. And so it's like, you meet someone for the first time, and in the spirit of trying to build some rapport, it's like, well, you want to learn about me? That's cool. Here's 3 different places you can go and find me online. Here's here's a Facebook page. Here's a website. Here's maybe a YouTube, whatever. People then start to feel like they get to know you. And ultimately, it's about know, like, and trust. So I know you, I like you, and I trust you. And they're the 3 key words, particularly from a finance point of view. And Cheryl, I mean, this is your domain, right? The whole finance side of things. And, I'm sure you could add, plenty to the viewers on that topic.
Yeah. And if you talk about finance, obviously, being able to, when we're assessing an applicant, a lot of it is risk. It's risk management. So we're assessing the whether not just the project, but the actual developer themselves, and the risk. And that comes to there's a certain level of is this person sort of someone who we feel has the experience, has the knowledge. And if they don't have a website, not that that's a downer, but having a website, that internet presence, online presence, just gives a little bit more credibility to go, all right, they're a company, they're a business that wants to be that's serious about developing. So there are, I totally agree with what you're saying there. Provide a lot more content, and that's value to people, and that's what really people are looking for in this day and age, is that education, educating, the motivational, educational. Gary V is a fine example of that. He talks about anything and everything. You must have a video on him at least 12 hours a day.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, absolutely. And again, but it's about reverse engineer. So what is it that you're trying to do? So if you're trying to get someone to JV with you, how would you do that? So again, reverse engineer, if you were wanting to JV with someone, what would you need to see? And so then you just provide them that. If you want to get finance, well, then you reverse engineer that process. If you want to get, you're selling yourself to agents as well. So, you want the agents to bring you the off-market deals. You don't call up an agent once and then expect, well, I called them once, I can't believe they're not bringing me those off-market deals, right? Again, go back to, you want to constantly build relationships with these people, and that's a form of selling. It's a form of, letting them know, here, marketing, here I am, I'm ready. Every couple of weeks with an agent, you're calling them. I encourage my students to go, always touch base with the agents. We have spreadsheets going, we track all of the contacts that we make. You want to create systems around this stuff, and then you're selling once you're into the project as well, right? So you might be selling a concept to council. You mightn't be doing it directly, but you might be with your town planner looking to negotiate, right, a particular development application. That happens all the time, right? So you're selling during that phase, and then obviously you're selling at the end because you're physically selling stuff, right? So you've created something, and now you're looking to offload it. But if you think about the whole process within developing, then you're selling at different stages and marketing at different stages for different outcomes. But it's just constant right throughout the whole process. And again, that ties us back to the title of these, Tuesday catch-ups or Facebook Lives, which is around the business of property and getting people to think about things very differently. Think about it bigger than a hobby. Think about it as a business. Think about if you want to create a career in property, then what are the things that you need to be doing to ensure that you have a long, enduring, sustainable career? One of the keys in property is finance. Another one is having deals come to you. So how do I go and do that? How do I sell and market myself to ensure that I've got this constant pipeline coming to me?